Hello, and welcome back to Level Up English, the podcast that helps you take your English to the next level naturally. I'm your host, Mark Reynolds, and today's episode is one I think you're really going to enjoy. We're diving into the world of celebrities, not just the glitz and glam you see online, but also the real life moments, strange encounters, and some of the unexpected things that come with meeting someone famous. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. I've got two fantastic guests with me today, both of whom have stories that will make you smile and maybe cringe just a little. First up, joining us from Manchester, we've got Rachel, a film student who's spent some time on actual sets. Rachel, welcome.
Hi, Mark. Thanks. This should be fun. I'm glad to join the conversation.
Love that. And we've also got Leo with us. He's a travel blogger who's bumped into more than one celebrity in airports, hotels, you name it. Hey, Leo, glad to have you on.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, I've definitely found myself in some unexpected celebrity moments. I'll tell you one that still makes me laugh to this day.
Let's start with the big question. Would you actually want to be famous? I mean, truly famous. People recognizing you on the street, taking photos, asking for autographs.
Hmm. I think there's a part of me that would enjoy it, especially if it came from something I created, like a film. But the constant attention, I don't think I could handle that every day.
I'm the opposite. I think it would drive me mad. I like blending in. The idea of someone following me around with a camera? No thanks. I'd rather have a quiet meal at a cafe without ending up in someone's Instagram story.
Yeah, the loss of privacy is huge. I think people don't always see that side of fame. Everyone focuses on the red carpets and luxury, but there's definitely pressure behind the scenes. All right, Rachel, let's hear your story. You had a bit of a surprise on set, right?
Oh, totally. So I was working as a runner on a small production. It was just meant to be a student short film, nothing too fancy. But on the second day, we're setting up, and suddenly someone says, "There's a visitor coming."
Let me guess. Someone famous?
Yup. Turns out the lead actor's uncle is this pretty well-known director. He just popped by to see how things were going. And there he was. I nearly dropped the coffee I was holding.
What did you do? Say hi?
I think I smiled like an awkward statue. Then I said, "Hi, big fan of your work," and immediately walked into a light stand. Smooth, right?
The classic nervous move. Honestly, though, I think most people would react the same way. You see these people on screen, and suddenly they're just right there in front of you. All right, Leo, your turn. Tell us about the airport story.
Okay, so I was flying back from Lisbon and had a long layover in Madrid. I went to this quiet lounge to relax, and I noticed this guy sitting across from me looking kind of familiar. I thought maybe he was from my flight. Then I realized he was a judge from one of those talent shows I used to watch as a teenager.
No way. Did you go up to him?
Eventually, I waited a bit, didn't want to interrupt, but I had this idea to say something clever. Which didn't happen. I ended up asking if he was that guy from that music show. Great opener, right?
Classic.
He laughed, though, said, "I used to be," and we chatted for a few minutes. Honestly, he was super chill. Told me not to fly through Madrid again unless I wanted to lose all my luggage.
That's a good travel tip, too. Let's talk about modern fame for a second. These days, you don't even need to be on TV or in a movie to be famous. What do you both think about people who go viral and suddenly have millions of followers?
It's wild, honestly. I think it's easier than ever to get noticed, but also easier to be forgotten just as fast. You go viral for something funny or strange and boom, you're famous. But staying relevant? That's the hard part.
And sometimes people become famous without even trying. I saw a guy get internet famous just for dancing badly at a concert. I mean, he leaned into it later and made it part of his brand, but still, it's random.
Do you think that kind of fame is more stressful than traditional fame?
In some ways, yeah. Especially when you feel like you have to keep performing or creating content constantly. There's no break. Even actors get to disappear between projects.
All right, listeners, now it's your turn. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever seen or met a celebrity? What happened? Did you say anything or totally freeze like Rachel? You can write to us on Instagram or here on YouTube or just email your story. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be dramatic. Even funny or awkward moments are welcome.
Especially the awkward ones. It's nice to know we're not alone.
Yeah, let's hear the best ones. Maybe we'll even read some out in a future episode.
That's all for today's episode of Level Up English. Big thanks to Rachel and Leo for sharing their stories. You are both fantastic guests.
Thanks, Mark. This was so much fun. Definitely a highlight of my week.
Same here. I'll try to bump into someone even more famous next time, just for the podcast.
To everyone listening, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and tell a friend who's learning English too. Until next time, keep learning, keep laughing, and keep leveling up.